Hi! So these today are going to be some free readings for some people who have been waiting a very long time. And I always want to make sure that I get to people, especially those who might be a little shy about being read on a gallery. I suggest that you be patient if you contact me because there's a lot of people waiting for readings. So I'm going to read a few today, and this is pre-recorded, so I cannot respond in the chat, but it is pre-recorded. I should probably tell everybody it's pre-recorded. So yeah, okay. So just know also, Friday night, the 9th of November, I am doing a YouTube gallery here that will be live from 9 to 11 Central Standard Time. And then on the 17th and 18th, I'll be in Hudson, Ohio at the Dark Christmas Convention. And I am scheduling live readings there, private readings. These are not gallery readings. However, who knows? It may happen. But they are for the 17th and 18th. You can go to my website, rebeccafoster.co, and go to the events page or to the scheduling page. And then you would basically choose the Dark Christmas links only and schedule one of those. They're for 15-minute readings, which is cool. I get to do that. Boom, right there. So, let's get started. So my first reading will be for, and you know, for anybody who has never watched any of my videos before, I just do it. I don't use anything. I don't look people up. I mean, it is a day and age when you can just find anything on anybody. However, then what's the fun in that? Like, I wouldn't be able to actually have that moment, like, holy crap, really? Wow, that is so cool. When people tell me what I'm seeing is actually happening. That's the fun part about it, is seeing things that I shouldn't or shouldn't know. Okay, so the first one I'm going to read today is Natil Dunham. Sorry if I am ruining your name, but you are the first one today. Natil Dunham. So when I read for people, what I'm doing right now is normally I'm an eye contact person, and I'm normally looking into a camera. However, when I'm reading for people, I'm looking off into a different area, and everything kind of shuts off physically. And then I read based on what I'm shown by God, spirit guides, and people who've passed over. So what I am seeing for you, you're more or less on a solid ground, and solid ground is good. It represents being in control. You may not feel like it, but you are. And it also shows you in prayer. So there's obviously some things going on around you that you are really requesting some greater help for. I think that when something like that comes through, it's to let you know that upstairs recognizes what is going on and that you're not being ignored. It's just that sometimes, you know, they have to figure out how to make it happen or when it's going to happen. And so you have 3 children. There are 3 babies, 3 children who are standing at a chute. And I call it the chutes because it looks like a platform with big slides. And there's 3 children, a boy and 2 girls, who are trying to figure out who comes down when. So I'm not sure if this means triplets, or it almost looks like the girls want to come down together and they're trying to make the brother come down, but he's afraid of coming down the slide, so he may actually come down with them. But there are 3 children waiting to come down to you. And some people, that's like, yay, excellent news. And some people are like, what? I don't want to have any kids. But there is what looks like their guides are standing with them, trying to convince them that it's okay to all go down together. You got these one of the girls is very bossy and take charge. The other one is more like what she said. And then the boy's like, I don't know. So there's just all these different dynamics and personalities. But there are 3 bubbies coming down to you, which is awesome, right? All right, so I'm going to pause in between each one so that I can figure out who the next person is, who I'm reading, because I don't have a list. And okay, so the next reading is for Michelle panic, I believe is how it's pronounced. So Michelle, the first thing that your guides are showing you, let me move my coat. It's in my visual referencing area. So Michelle, for you, the thing that they're showing is that you are preparing this really nice boat to go out on the water. Now, when somebody is doing that, it tells me that there is an opportunity for positive change about to happen in their life, and that they're going to have to go out on the water, which means they're going to disrupt the comfort, the people, everything that's normally happening around them. You're about to disrupt things, and people sometimes don't like that. So you may hit a few barriers where you have to decide: is this something I really, really want to do, or have to do, or feel called to do, or is it just easier keeping, everybody happy? Sometimes it's impossible. So you are preparing this boat. It's big, it's beautiful. It has a huge mast and a big sail that you're preparing, like what you're doing. So this also says that these changes come with previous experience and knowledge. It's nothing new, it's just a step up, or it's something improved from what you have now, probably better pay involved. It also feels like you're in charge of people. And you've learned previous lessons because you had these really beautiful shoes on and you kick them off before you get in the boat, which is also fully stocked, which means you're prepared for this. You are ready for this change. And sometimes you may feel like, we as people may feel like, I know I'm supposed to be doing something. I'm going through that right now, so I get it. It's like, I know that things are coming, change is happening. It's just, when is the question. And this says that you're prepared for it. When it comes, don't hesitate, just jump, go for it. So Michelle, that's for you. And positive change is not always accepted by the people around you as positive change for them. It means that they have to change. Change is usually no fun. All right, so the next reading is for Jessica Chalupa. So for you, you had asked a question actually about sending something out for a publisher. And I can tell you that I see nothing but like awesomeness from this. Of course, it's always hard work. So you can't just think it's just going to be an easy peasy thing. You're dealing with people and processes, policies, the way things are done. And sometimes it's no fun, but it looks like it's going to be prosperous and eye-opening and educational. So I think that that's just not only for you, but for the people around you. The next thing that also comes through, and but they show a child coming through as well, a baby coming through. So I'm not sure if that's you having that child or someone else, but it does show it coming into your life. So this looks like a baby might be entering the picture as well for you. So you're going to have to keep me posted on that. That will be exciting. All right, next reading is for Deanna Johnson. So Deanna, you had asked a question about career. And it's funny because as I'm reading, I can see that you're good at what you do. I can see that you're good at this. It's a talent. It really is. It's something that you're good at. However, it almost feels very comfortable. It's something that you can fall back on. So that tells me there's something else out there you're supposed to be doing. Because we don't want to do something in life that we can fall back on. We want to make a difference. We want to improve things. And I'm looking at everything. And I'm kind of dropping you in all of these slots. And one of the things that you are really good at is family. Keeping things together. It feels family. And so one of your focuses right now should probably be family. It should be kind of, they show you running in and out of people and tying everybody, like cinching everything in. So bringing people together and family. And I'm going, okay, I'm asking above, does that include like externally, like people on the outside, work that could be done this way? And if we look at that perspective, one of the things that you may want to pursue, because you already have an extensive education, but one of the things you may want to pursue is counseling of some form, of helping other people to clarify family issues, marital issues. It looks like you're really good at this, and it may be something that you have not delved into, but family is what they keep repeating over and over. Family. This is very strong for you right now. And it may also be that, I was really wanting to stay home with family, or I'd like to do more with family, work from home, that kind of a thing. But you look like you would also do well in helping others to figure out their family issues, straightening things out, removing and bringing it, just helping people to recalibrate. So let me know, because it looks like it's really an interesting thing. It looks like it's outside of your work visions. But it looks like you do really well with it because it's something you're good at. But family is definitely calling you right now. Family is very important for you right now. All right. Okay. So the next is Erica Rogers. Erica, the first thing your guides show is that you're on a beach. And you look like you're on your knees. And you are actually kind of looking up in both defeat and upset and question and anger. You're kind of like looking up going, why? And so there's a lot of emotion here that is tied into everything. I've learned not to ask why. I don't look up and go, why? Like, why would you do it? I just don't, because I trust that there's a reason for it. There's a reason for everything, good, bad, and everything. And there's a reason for it, why things happen. And sometimes it's only seen in hindsight why things have occurred. And when I push up a boat next to you, because I manipulate beaches to see what somebody's going to do, it helps me to read them better. So when I push a boat to you for opportunity, you're like, no, and you shove the boat away. Like, I don't want anything to do with it. I don't want any part of it. And so this also shows that there is a definite personal transformation, personal transition that you're going through, where you're pulling in all of your energy. You don't want to do with anything on the outside. It can lead to just a brief depression, because it causes us to look within and around and go, why? Literally. The only thing is you don't want to beat yourself up, and you don't want to stay in that predicament for too long. You have to go, okay, this really upsets me, it angers me, it makes me mad, it makes me sad. What are the solutions? You always have to look for reasons and solutions. And it doesn't mean blaming people. It means solutions. How do I fix it? You have guides around you also as you're there, you're questioning things. You have guides around you who you're not hearing. So watch for pennies, feathers, and dimes from them, especially if you ask a question either in your head or out loud to them. Listen on the music, like the radio stations. Look around. What are they sending you that's giving you a confirmation, a yes, 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 yes kind of an answer? You really need to do an internal trek right now. Not because you have to figure out why things are happening around you, but why they're happening within you. And let me say around you externally is why you don't need to know why it's happening externally. You need to know why it's happening with you or to you. That means that you're going to have to go through a trek, internal trek. And that also explains why you're pulling all of your energy in, because you really need what you need as far as resources to get through it. It's a good time. You look very prepared to like just walk through the forest, which kind of is a spiritual squeeze. It makes you let go of people and situations that are not working, and it's very difficult sometimes. It's very hard. And it also helps you come to peace and grips, so to speak, with why things are occurring. It's a difficult time that once you've completed this path, you look back and go, look what I did. Look what I've accomplished. And you can't be sad while you're doing it. You have to go, there's a reason why I'm being this way. And friends and people around you may go, what's wrong? Is everything okay? You're just not yourself. You're not calling, texting on the social media, blah, 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 blah. It's because you just are pulling everything in. And it's also saying that you're honing in on you. That's why you're not allowing any new experiences in, because it's all about you right now. You also, real quick before I let go, you have a young man that's coming through, and he's kind of like this. He's standing there, he's got his arms crossed. And he's smiling, and he's kind of like Like he's telling you, stop. No, why are you doing this? And this is like, I'm fine. I'm good. He looks like a country boy. I don't know why I want to say that, country boy. But you have this energy coming through saying everything's okay. Everything's okay. That he's okay. So I hope that makes sense for you too. It's interesting. I think, I'm going to check really quickly, but I think that was most of the emails here. Oh, I have a couple more that I have to get through, and then I've got to go to lunch. I have a lunch date. Okay, this one is for Victoria Casno. Victoria Casno. All right, Victoria. The one thing that they want me to show right away for you is you're standing on a ledge, a peak, like a pinpoint peak, and you're like standing right there. And you're in a long white gown. It's very flowy. It has like a capey looking thing over it, all very transparent, opalescent in color. It represents spiritual awareness and recognition, wanting more answers. And you're standing just kind of like with your head held high, your chest is back, your shoulders are back, your chest is out. There's this confidence about you. And it also represents the way that the gown is flowing, not only the spiritual intervention around you, but also the lack of personal fear right now that's happening. And so you are not holding yourself back from anything. You're not in your own head saying, no, you can't do this. I would, if I were you, I would approach something as far as Reiki or healing, either through smell or through touch, and find out what is lingering there that you need to hone and figure out. And it may not be like me. It may not be where you're seeing messages and you're hearing messages. It may be something that you feel or sense, given the nose, the touch thing. And this sounds like you have a grandmother figure who's coming through saying, you already do it. It's just something you have to practice and hone. And things don't always go easy. I think for people who are awakened or people who are searching for answers, things are not always easy because you're hyper aware of everything going on around you. If you're earthbound and you're focused on your wallet and your job and your kind of car you drive and the house and the money in your wallet and the money in your bank account, if you're focused about the earthly things, the physical things, you're not going to have such a bad day unless the market crashes or something materially happens to you. When you are on a spiritual journey, there's a lot more that occurs because you recognize people, places, things, energies. You're just hyper aware. So when you're saying that you have a bad year or you've had a tough year, you're still here. And you recognize these things and it's okay. Just take them as a blessing. Like, okay, what am I supposed to learn from this? This is tough. This is hard. What am I supposed to learn from this? So a hard year doesn't have to be necessarily bad. It just means there's a lot to get through, a lot to get over, and probably a lot of loss. But you obviously are strong enough spiritually to get you through it. You know, sometimes a market crashes on an earthbounder and they're like, oh my God, my life is over. So be thankful. Okay, the next person here, I have a couple more. All right. Okay, so next is Brielle Johnson. All right, let's take a look at Brielle. What is going on with you, girl? There is this disconnected feeling, as if I'm kind of walking along clouds, or you're walking along clouds, I'm walking next to you. And there's this feeling of looking down and really just being uncertain. Which direction do I go? What do I do? I just feel this, I don't want to call it a limbo, but I want to call it a feeling of disconnect or uncertainty, as if I'm just a part of something, but not a part of something, if that makes sense. As if I'm looking down and I'm an outsider, I'm external. The fact that you're on the clouds too, it's a very uncertain footing Is it going to hold me up? Am I where I'm supposed to be? Is this a safe place to stand? That would put a lot of things into question as far as where do I stand, literally, like where work, relationships, home, where I live, where does everything fall into place for me? And I almost just want to tell you, as weird as this sounds, maybe it's more of a confirmation to let you know that you probably are feeling things correctly when you feel like you are completely uncertain right now. And the bad part is that it feels a disconnect. It feels like you don't have control so much. However, one of the best parts about this position is the allowance of your guides to take you where you need to be. It's almost like just sit back, take a break. It's like the tortoise and the hare. You know, the hare just raced so fast that there was extra time to rest and get caught up, I guess. Allow the turtle to get caught up. And you're not going to miss anything. It's as if you're kind of, you're right where you're meant to be. And your guides will drop you off when you're meant to get where you're supposed to. It's like a time when you just want to let go, relax. Don't try to control it. Don't try to convince them. Don't try to get someone to see your point, because nothing will work. It'll kind of like be effort in vain right now. So sit back and allow things, like let the gears come around, and finally when they catch, and then they'll start to move everything again. But right now it's like the gear is just free floating and hasn't caught anything yet. It will, and when it does, everything else below will start working in tandem. So that is for you. Again, that was for Brielle Johnson. So the next one is for Roberta. And let's see, Roberta, you're asking me about any kind of guidance. Any kind of guidance for Roberta. So Roberta, the first thing that they're showing for you is that you're about to walk through a doorway, or you may have just recently done this, but it's on top of you. So it's within a circle of happening now, or has happened. And as you walk through the door, you're holding somebody's hand. I mean, I can see the hands, your hand holding someone else's, and I can see their forearm. But as you walk through the door, it's almost as if the door, as you make your way through, starts to close, which catches your arm and is not going to allow for someone to follow you in. So what they're saying in essence is that you are about to go through a doorway where others are going to have to figure out how to meet you on the other side if they want to get that direction. It also could very well mean that you're going to have to cut off relationships that will no longer fit through that doorway. So people, situations, toxic things, those that you've outgrown, situations that you've outgrown, that you've learned all you can from, this doorway represents a closing of a chapter here for your relationships and the people around you, things that you're doing. And it looks like it's a positive thing. And you know, it's funny because you're like squeezing through the door and it's closing and you're like, oh my gosh, and you're like really trying to hang on to that person's hand, but it's not going to let that happen. So a lot of times too, what this would mean is that you've known for a while that you're supposed to close off or say goodbye to something or someone, and you haven't, for whatever reason, you haven't. And it's what I call lightning striking, when they're like, okay, you know what? She's got by Thursday, 2:00, she's got to get through that door. So if she doesn't do it, make it happen. And that it starts to feel like things are happening to you. It starts to feel like things are out of your control. And circumstances and situations will all fall into place that if you don't make those changes where those people and situations are concerned, universe will do it for you. And sometimes it's kind of disconcerting. It's like, what happened? Why did that it's supposed to happen. It's just maybe you knew it and couldn't do it. And so you have to be somewhere at a certain time on your contract and your life path. You have people to meet and things to do. So they kind of make that happen for you. So that is for you, Roberta. A couple more here. Vince Moore asking for a quick read. Nothing is quick with me. I get caught up in everybody's worlds, their visions, and I just get caught up. Some things are just, they're so pretty, and people's worlds, their lives, everything are just so neat. So Vince, with you, there is a reconnection, almost from your past, with people you either haven't seen or have never met. And it is almost a braiding of your life with someone else's. People that have been missing from your life, you're going to feel like finally, you may even find yourself saying like, I feel like we've known each other forever, or I feel like there's never been a place in my life that I didn't know you. Life will just pick up. Weird to say, but it'll just happen as if it's always been happening. And they show these energies with yours coming together in a braided form. So there is this collective beauty. And I'm wondering, is this family? It's close enough that they're going to braid you with someone. So this is definitely either past life, reconnecting, where you feel it's meant to be, like you know this individual, or it is this life finally meeting someone that you didn't either know existed or that was separated from you a long time ago. And you'll recognize it because those words will come out of your mouth like, I feel like I've known you forever. I feel like this is always the way it's supposed to be. You also have a nomad energy, so you could pretty much pick up and go anywhere you wanted to and find a way to survive, to fit in. And that's older soul energy that's more chameleon-like, that is able to fit in with people, places, and things, situations very quickly and easily, just to assimilate into a group. You are very attuned to people's behavior, and so you know what to do, how to behave, how to act. You'd make a great undercover cop because you would know exactly the behaviors that have to go, or a profiler. Like, you read people pretty well. So any kind of law enforcement you would do well in. So lots of positive energies for you that also may seem troublesome or require high energy because of what is required of you to do to either make others comfortable or to fit in. So I would think the next 3 months, probably by the new year, this will all come to a manifestation and either provide you clarity of the energy as to what's going on, or provide you the runway and the pathway to continue moving that direction. Watch for your guides sending you triple digit, like 444. Because once you get into the rhythm of this pathway, they'll start to telling you, like, keep doing exactly what you're doing. Don't stop. Like, move in this direction regardless of what's happening. Keep putting your energy this way. So that is for you, Vince. Next is oh, that's not a reading. That was a request for something else. Okay, so those readings are completed, I think. And let me think here. Is there anything else I'm supposed to talk about? Without anybody online. Is there anything I'm supposed to mention or talk about? A Mary. There's a Mary that is going to be one of the first to view this. Mary, I'm supposed to tell you that you should probably get your blood drawn, almost checked for, is it like a diabetic thing? Because then they're representing like a cut of some kind that might not heal. So if you've been feeling funky, Mary, if you've been feeling as if you can't control blood sugars, go get them checked, monitored, and watch any kind of cuts that they don't heal. Okay. And a female with a T, is it like a Tanya or something with a T? You you are going to have the rug pulled out from underneath you where job change is concerned. Almost as if you're just going about your day, walking along, doing what you're supposed to be doing, like, and then boom, they pull the rug right out from underneath you, and they say, okay, that's what you were doing. You're instead, boom, you're doing this now because we need someone to do this. There's nobody doing it. Figure it out. And all of a sudden, you have all of this new work thrust upon you, and you find yourself having to play catch up and it's like, it looks like a lot of work. It looks like a lot of work. However, this looks like something that once you tackle it, if you don't claim it for yourself, it almost looks like they can come back and do the reverse and say, okay, you did a great job, but we're giving it to somebody else. So make sure that once you get this down, know that the increase in pay is worth the work that you've put into it, and that you should say, hey, you know what? I want to stay here. I want to do this job. You can't do this without me. Like, I am the person for this job, and I'm reliable. Look at my previous history, my work history, my sick time, all this stuff. It's, you know what? I'm the person to keep here. So it's like breaking a horse that's never been ridden. You're about to do that. That's for T. I'm not sure if it's a Tanya or what, but it's a female with a T. Of 5'6", 5'7" in height. Hair would be, I would assume, it looks blonde, but I don't know if it's real, like legit blonde. I'm wondering if it's like highlighted or just a light brown. May wear glasses for reading or have to wear glasses for reading. Heart-shaped face. Nose is tapered, slight bump or hook in the bridge here. Very interesting. Okay, so Mary and the T woman, you have to get on and put in the comments who you are. So thank you all very much for watching, and hopefully this all makes sense to the people who I did the readings for. And then don't forget, November, Friday the 9th, I am doing the live YouTube gallery from 9 to 11 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then the 17th and 18th, I will be in Hudson, Ohio at the Dark Christmas Convention. Doing live readings there, private readings for people. So sign up, go to the convention, meet some movie stars, and meet me. Have fun. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care. Bye.